What's going on, guys? Eddie Dowd back again with another real estate tip. I'm a real estate agent. Brian Sachs is here with us. He's a mortgage lender, and we come to you guys every single week with a mortgage tip, with mortgage knowledge, or not even necessarily mortgage knowledge, real estate knowledge. I guess I said mortgage, and it threw me off, Brian. But we come to you with real estate knowledge every single week. And today we are talking about mortgages. It's probably why it was on my mind. We're talking about paying your mortgage bi-weekly, how that can affect things, how it can make things better, or something that you might want to consider. Brian, you're the mortgage guy, so what can you tell us
Well,
about mortgage bi-weekly?
so this is assuming you have extra funds in your budget available to obviously do this, but I don't recommend a bi-weekly mortgage. Let me explain. Our goal when we have a mortgage, obviously, is to get that mortgage paid down as soon as humanly possible, right? And be free. I know people have parties where they burn their mortgage notes. Um, so the quicker you pay off your mortgage, the faster you have that money for other things in your budget and in your life. Now, if you make one extra payment a year on a 30-year loan, you're typically going to knock 4 to 5 years off the life of that loan. Many people, honestly, I've refinanced people and kept, this is interesting, Eddie. I've refinanced people. Now, typically, you think when you refinance, you're refinancing so you can save money every month, right?
Yep.
I've refinanced people from a 30-year loan to a 20-year loan, and they kept their payment exactly the same. And so they knocked off 10 years. Think about that. If your payment's 2,000, you've knocked, it's 120 months. Let's do the math. 120 months times 2,000, you saved, you ready? $240,000 in payments. Okay, 10 years of not making payments. So one way to do it is to refinance to a shorter term, and even if you keep your payment the same, it's worthwhile. But one extra payment a year is going to knock about 4 or 5 years off the life of your loan. So again, if you have a $2,000 monthly mortgage payment, just principal and interest, you're going to save $120,000. That's enormous. Now, why don't I like biweekly mortgages? The way a biweekly mortgage is, 2 months out of the year have 5 weeks in them instead of four. So twice a year, you're going to make an extra half a payment. Every 2 weeks means you're going to make 26 payments, which means instead of making one payment a month, you're actually making 13 payments. But it's very hard to budget when half your payments coming out every 2 weeks. Might be a tough 2 weeks for you. The first 2 weeks might be tough. Second week, 2 weeks of the month might be tough, depending on what other bills. What I'm saying is you can accomplish exactly the same thing by making one extra payment a year. You don't have to take it out bi-weekly. Just one time a year. Maybe it's when you get your tax money back, or whenever you usually get a bonus at work, or whatever the case may be. Make one extra payment a year, put it in a separate check. If you write checks, if you're going to do it online, make sure you make it as an extra principal payment only, and you'll save yourselves a ton of money. Not too many people talk about this. When you buy a home, everybody's going to try to sell you a biweekly mortgage option. In my opinion, not a great idea. But the goal of a biweekly mortgage, making that one extra payment a year, knocking years off the life of the loan, years you no longer have to make payments, that's extremely worthwhile.
And there we go. And so not necessarily, something that you might not want to do and put it in stone, but something, a practice that you may want to, implement, to where you put that money aside, whether it's taxes or whatever the case may be, to make that extra payment, to obviously reduce the amount of years that are on the loan. So quality advice. If you guys want to take it, take it. If you don't. But that's why we come to you guys every single week. We hope that you benefit from this. Hope that you share it, and your friends and family can benefit from us. But we're going to be back next week. But if you wanted to call Brian, ask him a question about, what I should do with this mortgage, I need to get a mortgage, whatever the case may be, how can they reach Brian Sachs?
443-324-8424. Always happy to help. And one thing I didn't say, with a biweekly mortgage, sometimes you don't want to make that extra payment. Sometimes life happens, something unexpected happens. So another reason not to necessarily tie yourself up.
Exactly. When you got it, do it. When you don't, there might be something more important or more pressing that needs to go to. But you can reach me by calling 410-588-6536. Don't forget the link that is always below for the Home Funded. Works like a GoFundMe page. Click on it, fill out your information, create an account. You'll instantly be able to have yourself, your friends, your family, whoever, a stranger on the street, contribute to that. And it works like a GoFundMe towards the purchase of your home. And we give you up to $2,000 as well. So it's a win-win. Get people to contribute and also get $2,000. So why not? But other than that, we will see you guys next week for another real estate tip. Talk to you guys soon.